Hello, my name is Chloe, welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you weekly reading vlog number 184. So I won't tell you what day it is right now because I am ashamed of how long it's taken me to start the weekly reading vlog. I'm just really busy at work. So any of you guys who were around last year, you might remember in September I was so stressed out with work, and we're getting the kind of precursor to that. I think I've handled the work better than it was done last year, so things have actually happened like on time and no one's rushing, but I feel under a lot of pressure, and that's making me just come home, kind of collapse into bed and read a bit of my book and go to sleep. So that is what's been going on, and it's meant that I haven't really fancied being on camera. Now that I am on camera, let me tell you about two books that I'm currently reading and a book that arrived today. So the first one I'm reading right now is The Nightingale by Kristen Hannah, and I am buddy reading this with the lovely Victoria. So this was a gift from Joe when I moved into the flat, so thank you very much, Joe, for enabling me to read this. I am currently about 150 pages in, and I know everyone says this breaks their heart, so I'm sure it's going to break my heart. For now, I would really just like to know what happens at the end and move on with my life, which is horrible to say because I know loads of people love this book. It is a little bit too dense for me maybe, but Kristen Hannah does write in a way that makes like literary fiction quite accessible. So I like the writing, it's just a little bit much and a bit full for me, I think is the word I'm saying in my brain. We're following Vianne and Isabel, who are two sisters living in France during World War II, and just how they kind of get on with everyday life while the war is going on is pretty much what's happened so far. As I said, I'm not disliking it, not loving it. The other book I'm currently reading is Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey, and this is the Patreon buddy read this month. I'm currently also about 150 pages into this one, and I'm really enjoying it. So this one has got awful reviews, like dreadful reviews, but I thought I'd still give it a go and I'd still like put 110% behind it, and I'm really enjoying it. I don't see the problem with it so far. It is so cringy that it hurts my brain, but my heart loves it. So we're following Hallie and Julian. Julian is Hallie's like high school crush, and he moves back to the area taking a sabbatical from being a history professor. They haven't seen each other in a long time, and when Julian comes back on the scene, he actually has no idea who Hallie is and if he why he should remember her, but he's really like intrigued about her. So I really like this. It's kind of like To All the Boys I Loved Before, but for adults with smut. And yeah, we've not had like a sex scene yet, but we've had some very detailed sexual content. I don't know. Also, I've started drinking red wine, like spritzers, and I'm here for it. This is a new development since last week, and I might continue it. So the book that has then arrived, which I pre-ordered before Christmas, I had to have this book after hearing the author talk about it all the way back when I saw them do a live like talk and went to see them, and then I've been following on Instagram any updates on this book, and I had to have it. And that is The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. I did get myself the Waterstones exclusive edition, so it's got these gorgeous sprayed edges. Like, check those out, aren't they fun? Then I think the only other special thing are these end pages, which are really pretty. I don't even know if these are special to the book, but they're gorgeous. And I won't lie, I really thought I shelled out for a signed copy, but it doesn't seem like I did. Anyway, I think this book sounds really cool. This says, in a shabby house in the new capital of Madrid. It says Lucia, but that can't be pronounced like that. Lucia uses scraps of magic to get through her days of endless toil. But when her scheming mistress discovers her scullion is hiding a talent for little miracles, she demands Lucia use those gifts to win over the royal court. Fates can be changed, curses can be broken. I just think it sounds really fun. We do have this little bottle with a scorpion in it on the naked hardback. And yeah, I just thought it sounded really fun, so I jumped on the pre-order and it has arrived. So that means all of my pre-orders for this year have now come in. And when I say all, I pre-ordered 2 books. So they are both here, being the reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson and The Familiars by Leigh Bardugo. So all pre-orders are here. I'm currently reading these 2 books, and I do need to put together a kind of graphic handout situation for the Vampire Diaries readathon, which is being announced in the week that this reading vlog is happening. So it's already been announced by the time this goes live. If you haven't seen it yet, go check out the announcement video because I'm very excited. But yeah, I need to get on to doing some like editing and design work today. Definitely doesn't sound like me. And I am sat in exactly the same position. Sorry guys. Seems I don't have that many filming locations even though my flat is so much bigger. We'll just sit on this little rug in front of the bookshelves forever. I do have a new sofa coming and there'll be a sofa in the book room, so we're going to be switching it up. Anyway, book updates. I have continued reading The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I have used the audiobook to carry on and it's been working quite well with work. Work has been so busy. I am now done with the office for the week, thank God, and I've also got really sick. Probably should have started with that. I'm like overcompensating because I sound in my head like I'm underwater and just everything is snotty and disgusting. Anyway, apart from that, when I could get a bit of brain space, I would switch to the audiobook of The Nightingale. I'm now 248 pages in, and I'm sad to say, like, I don't really care about it yet, which sounds so harsh to say, but I just know so many people love this book and it wrecks them, but I don't feel that emotionally invested yet. I don't really understand why. Maybe it will hit me. I feel like it hit me later in Night Road, so maybe it'll hit me a little bit later on, but yeah, not really that invested. I have also been reading at the same time Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey, and I believe this is Tessa Bailey's worst rated book. It's got less than a 3.3 I think on Goodreads, and I am very happy to report that I've given it 4 stars. I really enjoyed this. This is a romance between Hallie, who is a bit of a chaotic gardener, and Julian, who is a very uptight history lecturer from Stanford. And Hallie had a crush on Julian when they were teenagers. He moves back into town. He doesn't remember her, but she's just got this like unsatisfied crush from her teenage years. And turns out Julian quite likes the look of Hallie as an adult and fantasizes about her a lot in graphic detail, which is one of the reasons why people don't like this book. But I genuinely really enjoyed it. I know that Becca, because we were doing this as a Patreon read, Becca really didn't like the smut. I really did like the smut, so I don't want to go too much into reasons why, but yeah, I actually really liked it. I had a good time with this. The mother-in-law is asking whether she should read this because she owns it, and I'm not sure how to go about that conversation with her. So I don't want to tell her to read it because that's weird for me to tell her to, but I did really enjoy it. But I don't want her to know that I enjoyed it because of X reason. It's quite a hard concept. Anyway, so I've read this, really did enjoy it. We'll be holding on to it actually. It Happened One Summer by Tess Bailey. It's one of my favourite romances of all time. So this isn't quite on par with It Happened One Summer, but I did really like it. So good news there. So then my next reads, it is Thursday night now, so I have a whole day of work tomorrow that's going to be very busy, but we'll see what I can get done. But then I am fully signing off for the weekend. I did some work last weekend and it like ate into my time, but this weekend is just for reading. So what do I want to do? I want to at least start the Assassin's Blade. There's 5 short stories in here, and the first one is only, I will let you know, 76, there's a bug in here. Ugh. I had my bathroom window open for so long, disgusting. Anyway, there are 76 pages in the first short story, so maybe I can read that tomorrow. I do also want to read Ace of Spades by Farida Abike Iamede. I'm really not 100% sure I'm gonna like this, just from things that I've heard, so I'm gonna give it a go. I think as soon as I finish work tomorrow, I'm gonna go with Assassin's Blade and then start on this. But every part of me is actually tempted to pull a new book out of the TBR jar with you guys, so I think I'm gonna do that. I should probably wait to see if I like Ace of Spades, but I just need another book on my TBR because all I have left is Jar of Hearts, which the buddy read is next week, and Say You Swear. Like that's all that's left on my TBR, so I need more direction. Part of me wants to just browse my shelves and pick something, part of me wants to get some direction, so we're gonna go with direction. If I don't like the sound of this book, I will pick a different method. Okay, 2 just fell out, so we're gonna go with the 2 that fell out. Well, we're gonna pick this one. This is the other one that fell out, because I feel like if it falls out the jar, it's meant to be. So this is, if it wants to focus, I can't read it. Ooh, this one is Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. Ooh, this is a 5-star prediction for me, maybe. So what was the other one that fell out? Please be like no competition. I don't know. Okay, let's let it focus. Oh, I think I have to pick this one. So the other one that came out is Open Road Summer by Emery Lord. And this is a YA romance that I have wanted to read for the longest time, but I just keep putting it off for other things. So, I mean, I could read both this month. I'm gonna stick YA. I'm gonna put this one back in the jar and on the shelf. I know I'm gonna love this, so I don't know why I'm putting it off, but it's going back in the jar. This one is actually country music themed, and I have a country concert next week. So if I don't get around to it this weekend, this could be a good one for me to read while I'm like off on that day where I go to the concert. So yeah, the plan is, my God, this is a 7-minute clip. The plan is finish work tomorrow, read one short story, give this a go, get it started. And if I don't, like, I'm gonna read this over the whole weekend. If I don't finish it off, or if I do finish it off and love it, or if I DNF it, I'm gonna go with this one. But I would say for what, 3 days, this might be a bit too much, but we're gonna give it a go. Right, I am gonna have to bring you along for my entire weekend and every movement I have, wow, movement, to make this vlog something, because it is now Saturday. We're in my kitchen. I absolutely love how this looks on camera. Like, look at me go. The washing machine is on though, and it's right there, so that is why you can hear a noise. Sorry about that, but if I put off updating the vlog any longer, you're gonna have absolutely no content here. Right, I am sick, which is why I haven't been filming. I felt really down. I've still been working a hell of a lot, and there are potential updates in that area that I might be able to talk to you guys about within the next couple weeks, but it's not something I can put online at the moment. But there could be things happening which will have a big change to how I operate. We will see, basically wish me luck and all the success without me telling you what's going on. I feel weird about even putting that on the internet, but you know, like, I tell you guys everything. Maybe I shouldn't. But there's stuff afoot. While I have been like struggling on and getting work done, I have been reading The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, and I've been buddy reading this with Victoria, and I'm so glad I've been buddy reading it, because I don't think I would have continued on like this quickly if I hadn't been buddy reading it. So I currently only have a little chunk left. I'm gonna be picking that up at some point this weekend, because I will be finishing it. I might try and do it today, but we'll see how things go. As I said, I've been buddy reading with Victoria. She's now finished it and I'm just catching up at the end. I don't really know how I feel about this yet. I don't absolutely love it, and I definitely don't hate it. This is a World War II story where we're following two sisters, and I annoyingly don't really care too much about them right now. There is something that's happened like just before we've stopped that is quite emotional and difficult to read, so I'm thinking that that's really going to hit me in the next section. But for now, I just don't really have deep feelings on it, so we'll see how that changes. But yeah, I'm not really sure about it right now. I am just loving this lighting, guys, like, wow. So what I'm actually gonna do, I'm watching Amber from Books of Amber. She's doing 24-hour readathon reading sprints. She's not doing reading sprints for 24 hours, but she's doing them for a 24-hour readathon. So I am going to be picking up The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J Maas. I'm going to read the first short story here before I do anything else today, which is only 76 pages, so I'm thinking I'm going to fly through it. It's called The Assassin and the Pirate Lord. So yeah, I'm going to read that first short story, and then maybe crack on and do some other bits around the flat. I don't know what. I've tidied the whole place this morning. I just feel like I'm missing something. So I don't know. What I'm gonna do first is read this. I am hungry. I haven't said, I don't think, as part of my like vlogging, that I have just started a diet. I wasn't really gonna talk about like health related things on my channel, but yeah, started a diet, and I'm starving. So you won't have seen, I did have a Chinese last night because I went to my parents', but that doesn't count because it wasn't in my house, so it doesn't count. But yeah, so I am trying to make smarter decisions, so you may see less Chinese content, which is very disappointing, but might just be for a little while. Yeah, so I do need to eat now. I'm not sure what, but something needs to be consumed because I'm hungry. Okay, ignore my washing behind me. Can I position myself so you can't see that, maybe? There we go, a little bit better. It is now nearly 6 p.m. I have no idea where the day's gone. It's I've lost it. It's disappeared. But I have finished The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. So as you will have seen throughout this vlog that's very short, I was buddy reading this with Victoria and I finished it off. Sadly, I didn't love it as much as everyone else seems to. I gave it 3.5 stars. I would say it is a perfectly great World War II historical fiction, but I was just looking for something more. And I don't know what I was looking for, but just something a little bit more. I found it quite hard to engage with the characters. Like, I didn't really care for them at all until the final like 50 pages. So that meant when the really horrifically emotional stuff was happening, I just wasn't invested, and I don't know why. But yeah, this book didn't really do everything for me that I wanted it to. So 3.5 stars. It was beautifully written, absolutely beautifully, but just wasn't everything I wanted. Then I have also started, the dust jacket's over there, but I've started The Assassin's Blade. I read the first short story, The Assassin and the Pirate Lord, and I really did like it actually. I think it was really, really good. I'm not a short story person, so I think because I know the characters already and I know their personalities, it means that I care a lot more about the short story. So I've read one of these, 4 more to go. I say that because it is nearly 6 o'clock and Gavin is streaming at 7. I do need to pop out, so I think I'm going to do that now and make sure that I'm back for the start of the reading sprints. But during those sprints, I'm going to try and read at least 1 more short story. I'm also just going to camp out with Ace of Spades. I feel like I really need to give this a good go. Something about this really makes me not want to read it, but I've owned it for so long, I deserve to give it, it deserves for me to give it a chance. I'm going to start this off on sprints with Gavin and we'll see. I'm going to try my best. Okay, exciting development is I have moved my sofa into the book room. This does currently mean I don't have a sofa in my living room. But I have purchased a new sofa and it is arriving on Friday. So next week I'll have my new sofa. But I was like leaving this one in the living room until it arrived when all I wanted to do was sit and chill in my book room. So now this can be achieved and I'm a big fan. This room is now very pink, and the living room is going to be very grey. We'll have to get some more pink for the living room. Anyway, it is about 8:30. And I have started Ace of Spades. I'm currently 66 pages in and I'm going to continue. I have just heard really mixed things about this book and so many people have told me I'm probably not going to like it that I'm giving it such a bad rep in my head before I can even start reading it. So I need to cut that out. I need to just read it for what it is and see if I enjoy it, because everything that's happened so far is like pretty enjoyable. So I'm gonna commit to it a little bit more. I am watching Gavin's sprints and he is obviously fantastic, but to read as much as I want to tonight, I'm gonna have to stop listening to all of the chatty sections and just keep reading. So that hurts my heart a little bit, but yeah, I'm gonna dedicate some more time to reading, see if I can get this smashed. We'll see.
Hello. Well, it's late. My voice isn't working. But I am 270 pages into Ace of Spades and I'll be continuing it tomorrow. I'm like 60% of the way through. Don't love it. Kind of bored. Everything I predicted about it is true. I just want to know what's going on and then I can say I finally read this book. But it's the first book in 2 years, 3 years. I've broken the spine. Like kind of on purpose. I wasn't careful at all. And I don't know, I wanted to love it. I wanted it to like be great despite the fact I wasn't excited for it. But no, everything I've predicted is true and I'm gonna persevere. I'm gonna persevere. Hannah from Ladder M gave it 2 stars. So we kind of agree on a lot of stuff. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I've just woken up. Yes, I'm wearing the same shirt. It's going in the wash after this. Why am I apologising for myself? I've just woken up. I am on page 278 and I'm gonna crush this. So let's just get it done. Right, my voice is still gone. I'm done. I feel like me and Hannah from Ladder M might be the only people to have read this book. I don't have anything positive to say, which is really bad. No, I do. I can give you positive stuff. I might have to go back through the clips and like edit what I've said because I feel like I was just talking down on this from the start, so maybe I should have just unhauled it. But I had heard things, very good things about this book, and also people I trust telling me that I probably wasn't gonna like it. I've heard it described as Gossip Girl meets Get Out, and I see why. Get Out is one of my favourite movies. I love it. I see why the comparison was drawn. I don't think there's much I can say in my review about this book that doesn't spoil it. I will say that it doesn't need to be this long. It's 470 odd pages. It does not need to be that long. It is very easy to read though. I have sped through this in the time I've been actually reading it. It's so easy to read, and it must be very well written for that to be the case. It just didn't really make sense. And I see what the author is trying to do, and I can see the narrative that she is giving, and I understand. However, was it logical? No. Oh, I really can't talk about it without spoiling it. For those of you that have read it, how do you think this was pulled off with teenagers holding secrets? Teenagers can't. Like, genuinely, for that long? Teenagers? No. I think what the main issue that I've read some negative reviews as well, so I can kind of work out where my brain's going and where their brain's going, is that this was meant to feel like absolute horrific treatment that was believable and that we could imagine happening, which some of it, like the way it was pulled off by the people doing the horrific treatment, wasn't believable. So you were really like, sorry, what is she saying now? Like, this doesn't make sense. Everybody and their mother loves this book, and I really respect that you do. But this was not for me. I can get rid now. I've read it. I might watch Get Out tonight because I really like the movie. That's a horrible movie. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. It's disturbing. But yeah, I read it. I've finally given it the time of day. Probably shouldn't have. The whole thriller aspect wasn't that fantastic, seeing as it was all worked out about 150 pages by the end. I really wanted some more like, oh my god moments. And we were presented with some moments that I feel like were supposed to be oh my god moments, but they weren't. So, not for me, I'm afraid. Let's move on with life. This one wasn't for me. So I've got a couple of hours now until I need to go out, but I'm going to get ready for the day and then sit and maybe do some journaling, maybe pick up Assassin's Blade again. But yeah, I'm going to get ready to go out for the day first, and then I can waste time as I see fit. Hello, we are back on the sofa. This might be my new vlogging spot. Whether you love it or hate it, I don't know. But it is Sunday night. I'm actually wrapping up a vlog at 10 PM on a Sunday, but I've been reading the Assassin's Blade while on reading sprints, and I've had a great time on sprints tonight. It's been fantastic. So I'm up to page 292, 3, I think 293, and I'm enjoying this, but I'm not like absolutely loving it. I feel like I don't need to hold it because I've not got the cover. But yeah, I'm not absolutely loving it. I'm liking the Sam story, but that's kind of it. That's kind of all I'm reading it for. So I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I have about 40 pages left of the 4th short story, so I'm going to finish that in bed, and then I will read the next one next week. And speaking wow, of next week, I was going to talk you through my plans to hold me accountable. So at some point during this vlog, I pulled out Open Road Summer because I really didn't think I was going to read Ace of Spades. That's how sure I was. I have not started this because I was going to read one short story and then move on to this in sprints, and I didn't do that. I felt like I could carry on with the short stories. So this is on my TBR now for next week. I really just enjoy picking out the TBR jar. Like, something about it is just exciting. So that is why I picked this out. So this is now on the TBR for next week. But to start the plans, I'm going to finish the 4th short story tonight and read the 5th one hopefully tomorrow. Then I'm going to get my nails done. Then I have reading sprints on Tuesday, but I'm actually going to be using those to prepare for something that I can't tell you about. So that's cryptic, I know. But during that time, I do need to read a little bit of Jar of Hearts because this is the Chloe's Crime Scene Corner read. So I'll be reading a little bit of this as I go next week. By the end of Tuesday, I should have 103 pages read. We'll see. I might take this to the office and read it on my lunch break. I don't know. But we have this one. Wednesday in the evening, I have the thing that I can't tell you about. Thursday, I have nothing. Friday, I have nothing. Saturday, I have a concert. Sunday, I have nothing. So in the times that I have nothing, I'm going to be finishing Jar of Hearts. I'm going to read Open Road Summer by Emery Lord. And if I finish both those things, I'm going to pick up Influencer Island by Kyle Rutkin. I'm currently filming a try a chapter tag kind of video. And this is one of the ones I read a chapter of and I was just like, oh my God, this is so exciting. I need to read it now. So, granted everything goes to plan, this will be my TBR for next week. Hopefully I can smash through it. And that leaves only one book on my physical TBR for the week after, which is Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. So I'll be able to do some more TBR jar picks. Maybe I can squeeze in a Larry the Llama prompt as well. Or maybe I can even mood read. I could just look at my shelves and pick something up. Imagine that. Anyway, I have rambled for so long in this vlog. Thank you to everyone who has been here and is still here. And if you are still here, please leave me the black heart emoji, because I'm not even holding up a cover. So this is what I'm currently reading and it's just a plain black cover. So the black heart emoji will tell me that you got this far through the video. I really appreciate you with my whole heart, and I know that the things I can't tell you about would have happened by the time this video goes out, so maybe I have more to tell you, but right now I can't. It sounds so cryptic, doesn't it? It's not that exciting, I promise. Anyway, thank you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.